Entry-level Freemasons are kept eye on the dark about what they are really involved with in Masonry until they reach the higher degrees. Most people join Freemasonry without knowing the full truth because they are looking for prosperity and business connections to move up in the world. They want prosperity in this world. They think Freemasonry is good for networking and other perks to get an advantage in life. So if you really think about it, there are a lot of aspects of America that resemble a Masonic lodge on a grand scale. A lot of people come to America because they are seeking prosperity and a better life. After all, what is the American dream? Is the American dream to find salvation through Jesus Christ? No, the American dream is to buy a house with a white picket fence. Now, before we go any further, the people of America are good people who give more than anyone else for charity. And they have done a lot of good in this world with their kind hearts. So this is not about the American people, this is about the occult power structure on top. And yes, even the government has done good things from time to time, but that does not make it good. Even Bill Gates has donated money to various causes, but does that make Bill Gates a great person? Unlike the average American, who gives out of kindness, the elites use this as a smokescreen to cover their actions. In any event, nothing is often what it seems like on the outside. And sometimes people find it hard to see through the fog and deception. Take the prosperity gospel for example. It is easy to call out a snake oil salesman like Joel Osteen and his prosperity gospel, but it's a little harder to see how this relates to the American dream in an esoteric way. People usually come here because America is advertised as a land of bountiful harvest, as if it was the new promised land of the Bible. Now don't get me wrong, I have no issues with a bountiful harvest, but it is important to understand that underlying symbolism in this. So at this point, someone will more than likely think to refute this by saying that people come to America for freedom of religion. Well, that sounds good on the surface, and that is certainly true of groups like the Puritans at one time. But like many other things in life, the legitimate spiritual values of the Puritans became co-opted by the Masonic government. When is the last time you have seen a Puritan? Now think, when you look around, do you see Puritans, or do you see moral decay? But think about it, every religion on the planet is welcome here. It's like a spiritual food court, with plenty of options on the menu. Hindu, Muslim, Wiccan, Christian, Jewish, it is all here like a big menu to choose from. Well, how is that different from a Masonic lodge? Where do you think the coexist bumper stickers come from? And if that wasn't enough, you have all the cults that have been created by Freemasons, such as the Mormon religion. Joseph Smith was a Freemason, and like the painting of the Apotheosis of Washington in D.C., which shows George Washington becoming a god, Mormons teach their congregation members that they too will become their own gods. Masons are behind almost all of the major cults in America. Freemasonry is also all about a works-based salvation, so to speak. But some will argue that the word God is on our money and other documents. Perhaps, but like the enigmatic G of Masonry, which God are they talking about? Because the founding fathers were not Christians. So is it possible that this whole country was founded as a Masonic ritual? Was America created just to be a huge Masonic lodge? In a Masonic lodge, you are kept in the dark until you reach the higher degrees. Is that really that much different than America? We are brought up and lied to about Santa, which is an anagram for Satan. And then we are indoctrinated into taking the Masonic pledge. And when we finally graduate, with the highest, quote-unquote degree, we wear a Masonic cap and gown for the ritual of graduation. Then we go vote either red or blue, like the Blue Lodge of the York Rite, or the Red Lodge of the Scottish Rite. Red or blue, it is still Masonic. Manly P. Hall and Albert Pike have stated that Masonry is Luciferian. Masonry teaches that the great architect is not the God of the Christians. They worship Lucifer. Now look at all the Satanism coming into the light here, as America begins to graduate the last degrees. Just something to think about.